Good morning, it's me, Jslosson, the old math guy down the hall. 53 years of working with kids who hated school and math more. But anyway, today's project is measuring B. We're going to take up where we left off. We showed the kids using a special ruler how to measure to half and quarter. Now we're going to get down to those pesky sixteenths. We're going to take a regular ruler and turn it into a measuring device that will help them. Now you can buy a U.S. customary measuring ruler just about any old place. I tend to buy mine at Home Depot. I buy them in pairs. I make sure they match. You can also pick up a ruler with eighths, and you can get those at, I got this one at Harbor Freight, I think, but they're around different places. You can order them. Of course, they don't call out the separate sixteenths. You'll have to do that on your own. So today in Measuring Lab B, we're going to take an ordinary old 12-inch ruler. Obviously, I got these from Office Depot, although I like the short ones better. And we're going to take that regular old ruler and we're going to turn it into a more sophisticated measuring aid that has the sixteenths on the back so the kids don't have to struggle so much with the sixteenths at first. And then we'll work that into simplifying fractions. We'll divide 16 by 2, 4, and 8, and we'll come up with the intermediate fractions. And then we'll practice measuring the whole rest of the year. In the Measuring B lab I'm going to provide you with today, you'll find two kinds of little tabs to put on the ruler. One of them has the sixteenths marked off unreduced, and then it has the reduced fractions down below. And the other one is a blank tab. You can have the kids write the information in themselves. I have discovered over the 20 years since I did this that the handwriting has just gotten too poor to do this. So I tend to go with this right now. And what we'll do is we'll cut those out, and the kids will very precisely cut them and tape them to the back of the ruler. So you might want to have your TA do the rough cutting. We call that a student teacher assistant here in the state of Washington. I don't know what you call it where you live. But that'll save a little time, and it'll take some fussing around, of course, while they tape it. So it's probably going to take them 10 or 15 minutes to get these cut out, taped on the back, and then we can start to use them to do measuring. On the lab itself, we're going to start out, as always, with a little vocabulary, and then we'll have them practice writing down the sixteenths on a nice big ruler. Notice they're unreduced. On the second page, we write those fractions down in simplified form. And notice you have to remind them that you don't count the first mark. That's just 0. And you might ask them why we don't have to reduce the ones with odd inches. But we just have them kind of count the spaces and think about how we would do that. And there's my little note to myself for next year. Then on the third and fourth pages, we ask them to actually do some measuring and to start reducing the fractions. Be aware your copier may stretch or shrink the lines just a little bit. What really makes this whole thing work is that once the kids practice and learn a new skill, they never stop doing it. This is only the second lesson of the year, and we have them simplifying those fractions with denominators of 16, and 10 and 6. Things divisible by 2. And just a little by the way, if you're going to grade measuring, it's way easier if you put in some tick marks and have the students select the right one. Can you imagine laying a ruler down 150 times? Well, that's Measuring Lab B. I like to do it beginning of the third week of the semester. My kids will be measuring something every other day for 180 days. And as John Hattie points out in his book, Visible Learning, that dispersed practice is incredibly powerful. By the end of the year, most of my kids can measure 4 7/8 or 23 3/16 without too much trouble. And so that's a useful skill. It works on the fractions. I want to thank you guys for watching. And most of all, I want to thank you for working with kids who struggle. You are the magic, not these labs, not the materials, not the books the district office gives you. You are the magic. Oops, almost forgot. I will put the lab pages at the end of the video, and if you want to make copies, you may do so. If you would like a nice clean copy that's easy to print, including the key, just email me, jim@prealgebra.net, and I will send you a nice clean PDF. Have a great day.